And I guess I'm really ignorant about all of this. So to me, getting on Google's Maps was one of the questions I asked during the webinar. Like, I don't see me unless I like really zoom in, then all of a sudden I see the little thingy pop up. And then at the end of your webinar, you kind of said, "Hey, who wants to throw me your business real quick?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh," and I'm trying to like type and I'm making mistakes. I'm like, "I want to be the first. I want to be the first." And it worked. So you kind of went through my Google listing.
Google. Yep.
And you made a lot of great points. And I said, and then you also mentioned that you're going to like send the recording of the link.
Did I send it? My team is going over them. We're kind of prepping them for 2021. So if I didn't send it, I will send it to you.
Well, here's how we got to today. You sent a link, but it was of a different webinar, same topic. But I said, oh, and then I emailed back. I emailed you back, and I said, oh, I was hoping to get that one because you made some points on my personal Google thing, and you said, how about this? How about we just do, with your permission of this, that we would do this? And I said, okay, sure. And I didn't quite know what to click on I'm going to call it like a generic template thing. So I just clicked them all because I'm doing this for me, of course, but as your thankful gift to me, I guess. I don't know. Am I explaining myself well?
No, listen, here's the deal. I know how to do this stuff. You know how to kick my butt. So we gotta teach more people. No, I'm just kidding. But I remember going through the profile, and I remember that you have a really good profile. You have a lot of reviews, so that's really good. I think what we can do is this. We can start with the profile again. I'll give you some of the finer points. I am recording this, and I will be putting it out.
Okay, so I don't have to worry about taking notes because I'm not I brought a notebook and stuff, but I'm not good at this.
That's okay. I'm going to record the whole thing. I'll post it up on YouTube. I'm going to send you the link.
Okay.
The video is also going to be used for the marketing community so that other people can learn from it. I'm finding a lot of people getting a lot of feedback. People are like, I love watching this because I can follow along. I can look at my stuff. So thank you as well for doing this. I appreciate it.
Hope I don't embarrass you.
No. Not at all. Not at all, Sensei. So here we go. So what we're going to do, let me share my screen. Share it. I'll share over here. Okay, can you see my screen over? Can you see it?
I can.
Awesome. So you actually did have a really good question, about why your marker isn't showing up on the map as opposed to other people. There's no concrete answer. Okay, it's all kind of like it's theoretical. What I've been finding is that businesses that are getting a lot of volume, that would be more of like a mainstay kind of business that people just know it's one of the things that people are looking up all the time, looking at the profile. Those have a better chance of showing up and having a permanent map marker when you're zoomed out. The other thing is like some of the landmarks, like a museum or something like that, those would show up as well.
Okay.
So I'm not going to tell you there's a way that you can cheat the system or that we can make sure that, your business is showing up. What I can tell you is this, and what I try to profess in the sessions as well, is I'm teaching you how to do these things. There's a reason why Google wants you to do these things, and there's a reason why you should be doing it. Really, the more active you are with your profile, the more you're signaling to Google that you care about how you show up. That's number one. So if they're seeing more signals that you care, that you want to show up and you want people to know the best about your business at the right time, that's going to be good. So
I don't need to write this down?
No, you don't need to write it down. I'm already recording. So the thing that we have to understand is you have 42 reviews. So let me jump in because I loved that you had 42 reviews. And let me go to newest. So great example, right? So you had attended the event, you probably got Patrick to write a review, or it was right around that time where maybe he just left you a review, which is fine. And then before that, we had reviews from years ago.
Yeah,
so
nothing too recently.
That's okay. So the thing that Google is looking at is basically your frequency or your cadence of reviews, how often you're getting them. Because if, for instance, someone left you a review 9 months ago and then radio silence, are you still in business? Do you have customers? Are they happy? Are they unhappy? So what it's doing, since there's really a robot or a computer that's running all this stuff, it's not signaling to Google that you're active and that you're providing a wow experience. So you got that one 5-star review from Patrick. What Google wants to see and what consumers want to see is a constant flow of reviews.
Okay.
Just like people have to come to you. Do you call it a dojo? What do you call it?
I call it karate school, but yeah, the room is a dojo.
Okay, so people come to you for a dojo and they're always practicing, right? And they're basically using their different positions, movements, all that stuff. I'm sure I'm using the wrong terminology,
No,
but
you're
they're
doing fine.
practicing. Okay,
Yeah.
they're practicing. So it's the same kind of thing. We've got to show that we're always practicing. My recommendation for you, try to get 2 to 3 reviews each month.
Okay.
That's going to signal to Google that you're providing a good experience. They're going to be 4 and 5-star reviews, hopefully. But also for someone that's considering, hey, I want to do a karate class with my family, small group, or I want to do self-defense or one of the different types of martial arts that you provide, I've got to see that people are going in and they're loving it.
Okay.
That's going to get me over the hump. So it's as much as you're playing the computer system, you're also playing to the whole psychological idea of social proof, right?
Yeah.
And with your classes, I'm sure you see that let's say you do board breaking or something. Everybody's like, I don't know if I can do it. And then they see that first person break the board and the second person, and then there's social proof there that I can do it too. So it's the same kind of thing. Reviews are going to be lifeblood of your business showing up on Google Maps and search.
Okay.
Okay. But you're doing a great job there. Now, the one thing that I'd like to see, and I'm going to be, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to be constructive here,
Please.
but reply to every review,
Okay.
every single review. Now, here's something cool. Patrick left you a review a month ago. And let's say Patrick's fallen off. Maybe he's still going to your class, but let's say he's fallen off. Or Peter left you a review 2 years ago and you wrote this response. Well, let's say there are reviews that you have not responded to. Those people get an email notification when you respond to their review. So if someone left you a 4 or 5-star review and you go back and you actually respond, it looks like you responded to most of them. They would get a notification. Hey, Paul just wrote a response to your review. So now they're like, oh my goodness, yeah, I left him a 5-star review. I love going there. I don't know why I fell off. I'm going to, I want to go there again.
Okay.
Great way to get them back into the conversation.
Right.
Now, if I'm going to be nitpicky. So you wrote, thank you so much for your kind words, Mike. Great. You can go back and actually change all these responses. I highly recommend you do. Okay. So Mike is talking about 2 years ago, went there for many years, as did my kids. Paul's amazing. Hey, Mike, thank you so much. You know what? We're actually revisiting our reviews. I wanted to thank you for being a loyal customer, whatever it is, student, right? Mm-hmm. If you know anyone that wants to learn more about whatever type of martial art or self-defense or whatever, please feel free to refer them our way. Here's what's happening. One, again, if you change it, I'm not sure, but there might be something where it does email Mike in this instance. Yeah. But people that are reading your reviews, they're seeing, wow, this guy loved it so much he brought his kids. And then right here, you're upselling them. You're saying, not only do we offer karate classes, we offer this martial art or this or jujitsu or any of these things. People are now synonymizing this 5-star review with all the services you offer. It's almost like having that menu, when you have a tabletop menu when we used to go to restaurants and it would suggest the food or drinks. Right. Same thing here.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does.
So I would say one of your homeworks is to go back, even if these are 2, 3, 5 years old, I don't care. Respond and change it up and say, we really appreciate it. Here are some other things that you might want to consider. Here's another service that's a really good add-on or the next level, for you.
So let me ask you a question. What would be a nice response if, so as I'm looking at some of these names, these folks haven't been here because they moved. A lot of them have moved.
Sure.
So what would I do in that case? What would be a nice response on someone that's not in the area anymore, that obviously not going to be able to use my service? But
you've got it right there. We miss you. We miss instructing you. You were really, one of our favorite students, and really you've inspired us to provide even a better program because we learned from how you learned, or something like that.
Okay.
So something that it's a, I wish you were here, so on and so forth, but just showing that you care, because obviously you care about your students if they're all leaving these great reviews.
I do.
Okay. I'm sure. I mean, a lot of businesses, you want to know something? Most businesses have less than 5 reviews. So the fact that you have 40 is awesome. You're definitely probably beating out your competition. And then the whole idea is just, it's a competitive arms race. You got to get more and more and more. But the SEO value that's in both the review that they leave and your response can really help you show up when someone's looking for a karate school or a certain type of martial art.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep. So that's great. Now let's, we did look at the photos and everything. I won't do all that again. I think you were doing a great job. I know that wonderful. You were putting up some posts. So let's just see really quick. Okay. So I remember this.
Yeah.
So freshly mopped again and ready to open today. I love that. Remember, you put the learn more button that goes to the website. Every post you do, you have these photos, which is great. I can see these photos. You need to type in text. Give me 2 to 3 sentences at least. If you can more, that's great. This too, there's no proven link between your post and SEO, but there is a proven link that when you post up, you're signaling to Google again that you care, that you want to be showing dynamic content. As a result, when I'm going down your profile, right, whether I'm on a computer or let's say I'm on, I don't know if it's gonna actually, it won't do it on Google search.
I pronounce that on, but I'm always working on how I say things and I might not have it right.
She heard me. Creepy. So when you're on your phone too, imagine they're only seeing this profile right here, this what we call a knowledge card. They have to scroll down, they see your reviews, they see your about us, and then they're seeing your posts. If they click on a post, if they take their thumb and press it, or if they click on it like this, I want to see some text underneath talking about what you're doing, what the service is. And I always, always, always want to see a link to go somewhere, whether it's to your website, to a specific page about your services, a free sign up for a class, whatever it is.
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Always, no matter what, the name of the game when you're doing social media, when you're sending out emails, when you're doing videos, putting up posts, you're always trying to drive them back to your website to get them into your ecosystem. And the best way to get them into your ecosystem is have them sign up for email.
Okay.
So are you using email right now?
As far as
Like a MailChimp or Constant Contact, one of those?
yeah, I'm not. Again, I'm very old school, so
Yeah.
I have not been using email. I have not, I'm not really aggressive with a lot of this, so I need to get more aggressive. I need to learn all the. I'm from the times of Yellow Page ads, and that's it.
Of
You, you,
course.
you get a good Yellow Page ad, and the phone rings, and you answer, and you do the
You're
best.
like, yes.
Yes. So this
I
is all
That's
difficult
brand
for
new.
me. I'm learning. It's slow, but I know there's Facebook, there's Instagram, and there's all these things. And I hear emails good. I hear texting supposed to be the next big thing, or the now big thing. So I just
Getting
trying
there.
to keep up. Trying to keep up.
I'll tell you, it's overwhelming, of course, right? You know what you know, and you know it
Yes.
very well because you're a teacher. It's the same thing for me. Like I have to stay on top of it, and I choose my disciplines wisely because for me, like social media is always changing. I don't have the time nor the patience to be looking at TikTok, looking at all those, right?
Right.
What I can say is for someone like you actually do have a lot of visuals that can help you, right? You're always taking pictures of classes. You can have videos of yourself. So set up a tripod or have someone take a video of you where you're showing something, a certain form, things like that. That's all content that people do want to see. So I think where we can segue is really just thinking about some different content you have. You have these great photos. I would challenge you make more videos. Have you been trying to get into video at all?
Um, Again, I know videos like is a much better is better than pictures. I've done a few videos,
Sure.
but just like some of the classes, but I haven't done a lot. And the class sizes right now are obviously small because
Yep.
of the COVID.
COVID, yeah.
So we're doing like both Zoom and in house. So the classes might be, last night was nice. We had about 6 people in the adult class,
Mm-hmm.
but it's been small. So
Okay. Well, you just brought up a really good source for content, though. So you're doing Zooms. Are you recording them?
I'm not. That's interesting. Yeah.
So record the Zoom just like this. It's exactly what we're doing right now.
Right.
You and I are working together and creating content for other people to learn. Same kind of thing. You can take, record a Zoom, and then what you can do is clip out and show a certain part of it. Share
Right.
that on social, put it up on YouTube, create put a blog post together. So the name of the game for someone like you who is, it's overwhelming because there's so much going on. Be very deliberate about one piece of content that you want to create in your world. And for people that are looking in, for like myself, having 2 kids and a wife, for my wife who wants to do self-defense, the way that we're going to figure out if we know, like, and trust you is if we're watching you in action. Photos show us only so much, but a
Right.
video where you're introducing yourself or you're teaching people, that's going to make me like you enough that I want to jump to the website and contact you or call you or email you or whatever
That
to get
makes
more
sense.
info, right? So
Right.
Zoom is going to be your best friend. Really good way to capture content. The other thing I want you to think about too is frequently asked questions that you get. So for new people that are, just looking into it, and it's intimidating, right? For me, thinking about martial arts, I took Taekwondo in college, and my second week into college, I had a meth head beat me up horribly, tore my shoulder, ruined my face.
I'm sorry.
It happens. I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. I wasn't on meth. It was that guy. But so I went to the sensei. I go, "Hey sensei, your blocks really helped." I'm like, "Look at this." So, but the whole thing there is it's intimidating to start thinking about martial arts again, right? And to get into
Yeah.
shape and all those things. So one thing that people might have questions on, or they might want to know, if you can walk through, hey, here's what we would do when you first start. Here are the first couple classes we do. Here are some different things to explain the different terminology we might use. Those are all things people are looking up. And
So
if
you're
you,
saying to do a video on something like this, like an introduction on what a first class would look like,
what a first class would look like, and that could be a 3-minute, 2-minute video.
and then I
Just
would
you.
post it and label it as such.
Yep. So
Okay.
the one thing that we're building out for 2021 is actually a course where we're showing you where to get inspiration for ideas for videos, how to actually, the equipment you need to create them, and then where you should be posting them. So very, very basic foundation, which is really what you're looking for. So whether you're using your webcam, or do you have a tripod?
I have one somewhere at home from my back in my old photography days when I was in high school.
Okay. Well, grab it at home or jump on, any kind of site that you would buy.
Right.
They're like $20, $30.
Right.
Short money for you to have stability, because the last thing you want is for one of your students or your instructors to be holding it and it's just going like this.
Yes.
People will stop the video right away.
Yeah. Yeah.
But and for you, if let's say you're alone, much easier for you to pop the phone on, press record, walk out in front of the camera, do your thing, walk back, and then you can trim the ends so that it's not awkward with you walking. But
That would be something I need to learn to do too, is trimming, and as you say.
what kind of phone do you have?
LG something, LG V30.
So what I'm going to do too is I'm going to actually figure out if there are videos that actually show you how to edit it, because there's a way when you have a video, you can edit it on your phone to trim the first part and the last part. So it's
Right.
just the video, and that's all you need. You
Right.
don't need fancy production software, editing software.
Right. I'm sure there's some apps, but I wouldn't know which one would be fitting.
I'm going to find those too. I have a couple that I use, but all of that stuff I'll share for
Oh,
sure.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And even if it's that awkward, like you're walking out, you walk back, who cares? It's the first few videos. And then as long as you do it, right? As long as people show up, that's they're progressing. So it's the same thing. Those videos though. So one of the best sources of video subjects or topic is frequently asked questions. What are people asking you in the first class? What are they asking you before they come in? What are they asking you as you progress through the classes? Those are great questions that can create video content, social media posts, a page on the website, obviously the YouTube videos, email content. So you're just answering questions proactively so that people feel better and they're closer to that point where they're ready to convert and sign up for your class.
Okay. That sounds awesome.
Right.
Sounds like a
Right.
lot. And it
It's
sounds
a
like
lot.
yes.
It's a lot. It's a process, right? It's a marathon. But I think for you, and especially here where we're looking at your posts, if I saw more videos, then I would already fall in love with the whole idea, and I'd want to be a part of it.
Yes, that
So
makes sense. I agree.
yep. So definitely make that something for your 2021 calendar. Looking at, let's jump to the website. So let me ask you this: Zenith Martial Arts, is that a competitor?
I don't even know. I've never heard of them.
Maybe it's because I'm in Manchester, New Hampshire, and they're showing Concord. That's probably why. Okay, let's jump to your site. When did you build it's beautiful site? When did you build it?
Well, it's called Market Muscles. They're running it for me, and I did have my own site, and it's still actually up. It's under a different URL, but this company is called Market Muscles, and I feel that I'm a very, very lucky and fortunate to have them. They're fairly new, just a few years old, but they're just constantly getting better and better. And they have like a no compete type of a policy where whoever they work with, for example, myself, they won't work with anybody else within a 5-mile radius.
Yep.
So I think that's great. And from what I'm seeing here, I get great compliments. I mean, it's pricey, and I don't even know. It's actually, I'm going to say it's probably not pricey for everything I'm getting. I just don't know how to use all their services yet.
Got it.
I have to actually get on a call with them at some point, and they're willing to work with me. I mean, they're amazing. The customer service is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky to have them.
They built a really nice looking site. I love how they blocked it off so you have a gallery. You've got the hover and everything. I mean, they did it really nicely. So especially if you're paying the money, figure out how you can make sense of it. If they have people signing up for this, then you're growing your email list. There should be some sort of way that you can leverage email with them.
Yes, and I do. I have the information that you see there. I'm able to get. I'm going to call from the legitimate ones, because some people put fake ones in there just to see what the schedule
that they can get.
Yeah. But it comes. I'm able to get you see those the email and the phone number. And obviously, I'm old school phone person, so that's my first choice. Is I'll try to call people, and go from there. But there is an email marketing option that don't know how to do it. I just don't. I get their emails. I just don't know what content to put in that email. Things like that. So I'm not good at that.
I think a lot of people have writer's block with that. And, again, the first thing that I go back to is frequently asked questions. Another thing is like stories. Why did you get into martial arts? How did you learn all these different things? What's something funny that happened as you were learning it? What's something sad? What's something where you felt empowered? What are some good, experiences from your students? Where have you seen a student that really developed and transformed? Maybe they had no confidence. Maybe they were being bullied or something, and all of a sudden they left your class and their chest is out and they're feeling confident. They have their head held high. Those are all things that people want to read and really digest. So anytime you can come up with a story, and what I'm having a lot of people do, you have your phone, you have a notes app, right? You probably have Google Keep or whatever on your phone. You can just write down when you think of something like a story, write it down. It doesn't have to be the whole story, just, little bullet points. But that way you've got something where, and what I would do and the way that I would do your content, start with a video. And then there are ways to transcribe that video so that it just takes everything that you spoke, turn it into written word. Then you can take a little bit of that, pop it into a social post, make an email, all that. So you're only starting with one piece of content. You reduce, reuse, recycling everywhere. Saves you time. And that way it's not overwhelming.
Yeah, the time's important. I have 2 little kids myself.
Yeah.
And,
yep. So. How old are they?
My daughter just turned 8 a couple of weeks ago, and my son is 11.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I got a late start.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's the most wonderful thing, isn't it?
I enjoy it. And they just keep, I've had so much, as we said earlier, surgery, and they just keep waiting and waiting for me to run and play with them. And I'm hoping this is the last one for quite some time so that I can run and play with them and actually get back to work in the dojo too.
Yeah, of course. No, I feel you. I have degenerative disc, my L5. Horrible. And I'm 35 years old. Like, come on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Figure
you're like
that out.
me. I hope you don't follow in my footsteps. I've shrunk 2 inches, Brian,
Did you?
already. Yes. I've had my cervical spine fused in 4 places, C3, 4, 5, and 6, and my lumbar L4 and L5 fused.
I'm trying to stay away from fusion if I can.
Yeah, do the best you can. Try not to. The
Yeah.
pain's there though.
Oh,
Sorry.
every day.
Yeah.
Every day. But I'll still play throwing monster and tickle monster and hide and
Yes.
seek and all that stuff if I can.
They like rough and tough with me.
Oh yeah. We do wrestling. We'll
Yeah.
watch like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and then we'll reenact it.
Nice.
Yeah. So website, the other thing that they have is this social proof thing that I love that keeps popping up in the left. And for people that are watching, you can see like requested information about the class. That's a great way to get people to convert because again, it's social proof. We're seeing, okay, wow, Mike from Boston requested information. Why shouldn't I request information? The other thing that I love that you have, they tied in, and a lot of people can do this, they don't know, but there's a way that you can actually just pop in a Facebook Messenger. And if people have questions, they can continue as a guest, or I'm signed into Facebook so I can message you and ask you questions and you just respond. Have you had anybody use the Facebook Messenger at all to ask you any questions yet?
I have, and I've been able to reply. It's I don't know if it's my area. I don't know if what it is, but it's funny, and I don't even know how to ask the question.
Yeah.
But according to I get I'm gonna guess maybe you'll know better. I get it once a month. It'll say how many people saw my site. I don't know if that's how they do it.
Are you talking about for Google My Business or for Facebook?
Google. I'm talking about
For
Google.
Google. Yep.
And
Okay.
it shows like over 3,000 people. If I'm,
Yeah.
if I have seen it, but out of those 3,000, I don't get a lot of these messages, and I don't get. I've got like 0 this month of December. 0.
Mm-hmm.
No one's requested information. No one's asked access the schedule. I haven't got phone number. I have got nothing. So I don't understand what might
Are
be
you
wrong.
talking about Google Analytics that you get that information from?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. So Google Analytics is telling you from a website point of view what's happening. It should tell you where people are coming from so that you can figure out which channels work for you. Like, hey, okay, Facebook, is Facebook driving traffic? Do we have Instagram? Are people clicking on the link from that? Are we on LinkedIn and we're marketing to, professionals that probably have a little bit more disposable income and they want to do something extracurricular, kind of let off some steam. So analytics is taking all that, and then what it's doing is it's telling you where people came from and then what they're doing on the site. So the fact that, so people, you're saying you basically haven't had any submissions this month.
Correct.
Okay. Now it could be a whole number of things. I mean, look where we are. Pandemic obviously is hurting all of us.
I don't know if you can see that. That's from Market Muscles. 0.
Oh, okay. And what does that say? For monthly?
For monthly. I don't know what that means.
I don't know that either. So one thing I think is, you're paying, like you said, Market Muscles money, and they did give you that exclusive for your territory, which is great. But I would request to sit down and say, guys, I need 20, 30 minutes for you to walk me through the site and see which things you guys are doing and which things I can do on my own, or there's a responsibility for me to create content or kind of make this work.
Right.
Right.
And I just got to find that time to do that. So they're again, their customer service is amazing, and they're willing to do that because I asked them and they said, sure, we'll be happy to. Let's set up a time, kind of like I did with yourself today. And then just find someone to watch the kids because they're being remote learning right now at home. And so thankfully my wife is home to do that. I just got to find that time to do that.
Yeah. Make the time though, because if you're paying the money, you want to make sure, that the site is built really nicely, but what else can we do to get people to come to the site? So like Google My Business is going to be a great way for you because you want to be showing up and getting those reviews. So, but then if we're looking at analytics, that's your Google My Business.
Yes.
That I'm seeing. You get
numbers? Are those numbers good numbers? What do they mean? I don't understand them at all.
Those are good numbers. 3.1 thousand views. You've got 2.7 thousand where you're showing up in search. Activity 9.9 thousand. So that could be someone's looking at it. They're finding you online. They might have looked at a photo or something like that. You actually have good numbers. That right there, those good numbers are telling me that if you have more videos, more photos, you're basically creating the resources and the content that people would get them over that hump to request information. Like, as we said, a post where they can request information right here. That's where we want to see, we're going to turn that number, that activity, which is nothing, into actual prospects that give you their information.
Okay.
That's what we want to do.
Yes.
Now, and right here, like, I love this, that this is really nicely built. You've got your reviews and everything. What I would ask them, if we go to your contact page, let's see. So it's a big contact page. One thing that you're going to want to ask them, is there some sort of landing page that I can drive people to where they can give me their information really quick? So like, not the homepage, because the homepage has a lot going on: programs, blogs, students, contact, request information. It's a pop-up, and then down here, access our schedule, blah, blah, blah. Is there something that I can share where I can drive people to just give me their info really quick with nothing else? So it's called a landing page. It's a single topic where it's just like, hey, we do this, or it's a video from you. Hey, welcome. Let me tell you a little bit more about US Kempo karate. And then if you want more information, fill out the form below.
Okay.
I would work with them. You can actually record yourself on Zoom just like this. And you might be able to even send them the video, and maybe they'll clip it for you and put it onto the landing page for you.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's a matter of you're getting people that are seeing your brand, but how are you going to get them to take action? So they might be hitting this, they might be seeing this, reach your full potential. It's like a great message. You got everything, but they're just like, I'm not there yet where I want to give you my information. I need a little bit more than just seeing this, this kick, which looks awesome, but I need to know a little bit more before I'm going to give you my info. Some people, if you look at Google Analytics, instinctively will go to contact. But then when this loads up, your phone number, you're old school, so you love calling. Most people don't like picking up the phone anymore, right? The address, okay. Email address, I can't click on that. So there's no way for me to actually contact you. This request information button is there and it does the pop-up, but sometimes, people are on here, they're seeing, this is for SEO. This is great what they did. But then it's like, okay, I don't know what program I want. It's a little too much for me. So I just want to fill out a form and have you contact me and start qualifying me instead.
I like that.
Yep.
Good point.
So, and then looking at your blog, okay, I don't even have to tell you. I think it's just overwhelming, right? To be putting out the content. Does the web design company, do they offer any content services or anything?
I don't know.
With the package? Figure it out. Have them give you a list of everything that they do.
Okay.
Now, in that, inherently, they might say, okay, for the next package up, we can do this, this, and this. And then it's just a matter of figuring out, is it worth the money for them to create the content for you, right?
Okay.
Or do you have other instructors that could start writing some content for you and stuff like that, right? Okay. So are there other people on your team that can help you? The blog, the purpose of the blog is twofold. One, for SEO, because you're adding new content to your site. Google likes new content. It means that you're fresh, you're up to date, you're dynamic. The other thing is someone, like, that's a cool article, presidents who study martial arts. Wouldn't have known that. But what other things, like top 5 reasons to start martial arts, like the top 3 ways to defend yourself when, in a parking lot or something. Those are all things that people are looking up. And if you're answering those questions, then you look like a thought leader, someone that's an expert in the area. And 2, you're giving them some value. And then they're going to feel like, okay, I got that goodwill. I need to reciprocate by maybe joining a class or something like that. Mm-hmm. Make sense?
Great. It does.
Yep. A lot of stuff I'm laying on you. The whole thing, though, again, with your blog, start from questions you've gotten asked, the frequently asked questions, stories through your journey of becoming, where you are and what you're doing. And then those could be simple. Literally, you don't need a tripod or anything. Selfie video. I'm just going to talk for a minute and then you can post it up. And that's it.
Simple.
Simple. I know. Easy button. But again, my things, I think, to walk away from this session, one would be look at what your marketing company is giving you, because a lot of people get overwhelmed and they just don't want to do it. They don't want to talk to them because it's like more things on your plate. But figure it out and figure out where you can get your value out of it. If you're putting the money out, get the value in. Two, make your list of topics. And you know what? Practice. And you could also, I think what would be really cute, you have 2 kids, get the tripod and record yourself teaching your kids stuff.
Yes. I love that.
Who doesn't want to support a family man? Like when you come to my events too, you see, I always talk about my kids.
You do.
Because they're the center of my universe, but they're also my reason for doing this. Right. And there's a whole backstory to it, but basically it's like, I'm providing for my family. And part of the way that I provide is helping you. Part of the way you provide is helping people defend themselves and know martial arts and really understanding their center and all that good stuff. So, right?
Yes, sir.
Incorporate the family. You can't go wrong because it really does humanize you more. And who doesn't love a good family man that's just providing, or family woman that's providing?
Well, most of the folks that come here are family folks too.
There you go.
Right.
So they want to know that you're doing it yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bryan.
Of course. Like I said, I'm going to record the session so you can listen to it as you're doing something else. And
I'd love to play it back. And there's a lot of information that I want to go through, and hopefully some of those app idea links that you might offer that you might find for me might help.
Yep. I'm actually, that is on my list to find apps for both iPhone and Android phones.
Okay, great.
I'll get that for you.
Thank you, Bryan.
My absolute pleasure. My absolute pleasure. I hoping it helps. And if I can even give you one thing out of this, where you can start creating content is it. And, you mentioned all this other thing, text message and all this other stuff. If you don't have content, there's no point in texting them. There's no point, So again, people want to know you. Dig deep inside, be introspective, figure out, why am I here? What am I doing? What's my passion? Share that with people. They feel this link, especially where we can't be together physically.
Right.
By looking into the pinhole and talking. I'm looking right there, right? Every time I'm making a video, practice that. When you wake up in the morning after you brush your teeth, pick up your phone and make a video. I just brushed my teeth. Hey guys, look at the white teeth. It's awkward, but you get used to staring into the camera because it's such a foreign thing to do.
It is.
But my wife has seen how, I went from looking all over the place and not feeling confident to just being like, this is it. Guys, we're going to do this. And she looks at me and then I watch my video. She always says, I have this face where I'm like,
I think
like responding.
Is that her behind you looking at you as you say it?
That's her. That's Linda. We're wrapping Christmas gifts. Yeah. She's playing Santa Claus.
Nice. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you, Bryan.
I'll get this wrapped up and I'll upload it to YouTube and send it to you.
Okay. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
And thank you as well.
It was a pleasure to do this with you and to meet you here. And maybe someday, I know you said you're in New Hampshire. That's not far, but maybe we might meet someday somewhere.
Sounds great to me.
All right. Cool. Thank you,
Love
Bryan.
it. Thank you. Stay well.
You too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.